Folks. I'm Emily, and I love to dig in people's life and getting to know more about them. I'm here with Jess today. Thanks, Jess, for showing up.
Thank you for having me. This
Yes.
is so exciting.
So just for the people that don't know you, introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit more about you and the person that you are.
Sure. Well, my name's Jess, and I grew up in Waterford, more specifically Boston, more specifically Bill's Corners. I'm a passionate Norfolk advocate. I love this area. I love theater. I love music. I love anything arts related. Also a passionate advocate for entrepreneurs in the area.
So I invited you to pick a location in Norfolk that meant something to you. So tell us where we are and why you picked this place.
All right, we are here in Simcoe Little Theater. It's on the corner of Talbot and Yonge in downtown Simcoe. And this place, Simcoe Little Theater, is a very special place to me. I spent most of my life in these walls, on that stage, behind the stage, in these seats, like everywhere in this space. It's something that theater is something that's has always been a big part of my life since I was about 8 years old.
You mentioned to me that you also in high school, you were really involved into the drama program and all that, so.
I had walked the halls of my high school and I had seen so many pictures on the wall of different shows they had done throughout the years, but nobody was doing shows anymore, and I was really bummed about that. So in grade 10, me and my girlfriends, we roped all our moms in. We were like, if we start doing high school shows, will you guys help? Will you make costumes? Will you whatever? And they all jumped in.
Involved.
Yeah.
I love that, right? That's a small community,
that's
everybody
it.
coming in together.
And that's what it requires, right? A show is like a mini village coming together, making all the pieces happen.
So this community, I think the word, you keep repeating it, and I think what you're creating in Groundswell is that sub-community within the community, and that really stands out. So would you say this is something that you're really passionate about?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes, that connection,
totally.
Right? Yeah.
I just think community is everything. We're not meant to live life alone. I don't think. And I don't mean you have to necessarily have a romantic partner to live a life, but just have people around you that get you. Yeah. That you don't have to explain yourself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You just walk in the room and they're happy to see you. That's it.
That's always such a good feeling. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, you just have those people that believe in you too, right?
Yeah.
And just cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So I see, Jess, you're always involved in this community. You're volunteering places. You really want this place to grow and thrive. And so why Norfolk? And what do you love so much about this place?
Oh man, I think yeah, it's a really good question. It's a combination of things. I think the geography that we live in, the nature we have around us, that is a huge benefit of being in Norfolk. But it's also the people here, and that's why I'm so obsessed with community, because we have so many beautiful people who live here with ideas, with talents, with love and vision. And I think that's what excites me. Is just because we're a small town doesn't mean we have small ideas or small impact.
I want to bring some of the music piece, because I know we've been talking a lot about the theater and acting, but I know that music is so important to you.
Yes.
And a big part of your life.
Yes.
So tell me a bit more about your maybe influences and what makes you feel alive in music.
Just like theater, I love performing music too. Mm-hmm. There's something really cool about being on stage that. Before I came here today, I was thinking about how alive I feel when I'm on stage. Mm-hmm. And I think that everyone kind of looks for that thing that makes them feel alive. Yeah. So for me, it's that.
Awesome. So I thank you so much, Jess, for taking the time to meet with me. There's going to be more feature of passionate, uplifting community people through this little video series. So keep watching. Thanks, Jess.
Thank you. Oh my God. This is so much fun.
Awesome. Welcome to Passionate Folks, a blog and video series about the people that live in Norfolk, people that are passionate, people that are involved in their community, people that bring a lot of positivity. This is about story and conversation. Join us for the second guest. Welcome to episode 2 of Passionate Folks. I'm Emily. I love to ask questions, learn about people, get some connections. I'm here with Carrie today.
Thank you for having me.
I've been chatting with you and I got to know you a little bit more, but for folks that don't know you, maybe introduce yourself.
My name is Carrie Bokenholt. I live here in Waterford. I've lived here for over 15 years. I'm married. I got 2 kids, and I just love the community.
From our conversation today, there's a lot of the community word showed up quite a few times. So
I'm a believer of, when I moved into Waterford, I thought, wow, you know what, if we get involved, then you learn so much more, and you meet so many different people. I mean, people that I know if I wouldn't have met otherwise.
yes. So I asked you to pick a location, Carrie, and so tell us where we are and why you picked it.
I picked the Waterford Heritage Agriculture Museum, WHAM, because in a couple summers we will be building our skateboard park here. So it's kind of a let's show it off. Not that I wore the shirt or anything, but yes, this will be our future location on the other side.
Talking about passion and passionate people, what do you think your passion is?
My passion is youth. I love kids. You know what? There's no such thing as a bad kid. Kids make bad decisions. And as the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. And I truly believe that, you know what? We give kids, that opportunity and show them that we support them, and that, that we're there for them, and they'll make the right decisions.
I made a stop at her business. She has a business downtown Waterford, and I was seeing that your family works there, your friends, your best friend is...
My best friend is with me. Both best friends, yes.
So this tight-knit community feel is really important to you.
When I was given my dream, and somebody said to me, here, I'll help you, create your dream. And I thought, okay, karma. So this is somebody saying to me, it's my opportunity to use this to give back. If I have a restaurant, nobody should be hungry. I want kids to feel like they can come in and say, I need something, or I need a drink, or, whatever. I've been doing this for 30 years, and the kids that I trained 30 years ago still come back to find me. And they come back and they tell me what they've been doing. And I guess the biggest thing is people don't realize sometimes the simplest thing can change a kid's life.
It is a ripple effect, don't you think?
It is, you know what? And I mean, so I get to see their, I feel old when I start seeing them coming with their kids. And I start seeing, that they've gone through and they're going to university, or they're doing this, or they've done this or done that. And it makes me feel like, I had a piece of that. Just by being involved in their life, maybe I made a little bit of a difference.
So you're an entrepreneur, you're super involved in the community, you're a mom, you have a lot on the go. So if I ask you, what do you do to de-stress and let go?
I like to go to the gym. I like to, boot camp, yoga. I try to take, a few hours a week for me.
Yes.
And it's just about me. And I honestly think anybody who's really busy, I think, needs to learn. It took me 48 years to figure it out. But
never too late.
Never too late. As I said, I can go to the gym and I can be having the world's hardest day, and I always say I leave it on the mat.
Love.
So when I walk out of there, I feel like a completely, totally different person. Leave it on the mat.
So other than that, when you're in Norfolk, what else do you love to do? What's your favorite spot or place that you like to visit, or something you love to do?
Love to go on the trails. I love going fishing on the ponds. Waterford, we have so many little places to go and see and do and
What's
stuff.
happening in this community?
You know what, there is. And I mean, the thing is we don't really... I laugh because there's so many of us who don't see what's here. They're right here. Whistling Gardens, Bonnie Heath. We have all the wineries and stuff. The museum. There's so many places to go. You can have a staycation without leaving Norfolk.
Yes. So thank you so much, Carrie, for joining me today and being part of this blog and video series. I invite you to check it on. Every month there will be somebody new, a new story, a new connection. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Passionate Folks, a vlog and video series about the people of Norfolk. People that are involved in our community, people that bring a lot of energy. So this is about a conversation, this is about their story. So welcome to episode 3. Welcome to Passionate Folks. I'm Emily. I love to dig in people's lives, ask questions, and learn about people's passion. Today I'm here with Adam. Hi, Adam.
Hi, how are you doing, Emily?
Great. I'm happy that you're here, taking the time to sit down with me today. So I've known you for a little bit, small community, but people that don't know you. Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
So my name's Adam Van Passen. I grew up here in Norfolk County. I was born onto a farm and I got to work on that farm growing up, which was a great learning experience. From a young age, I got to understand what hard work was and what it was to be close to nature. So that was very cool for me. Growing up like that, my dad also was a counselor for Haldeman, Norfolk, and he had a big part in shaping what is today Norfolk County. So I got to see that, and watching him and experiencing him work through that really sparked an interest in me for the county and what it could become.
Great. So not like the typical kids. We hear most high schoolers like just ready to get out of their hometowns and go explore the city and something else, and it doesn't sound like that's your story.
Not at all. I heard a lot of kids saying that they wanted to move on to bigger, better things, and I just really didn't have that feeling. I always thought the biggest, best things were here in Norfolk to start.
So I asked you to pick a location today, and you bring me to a place that I don't know very well in Norfolk. Yeah. So tell me about where we are and why you picked it.
This is a very cool spot. I know a lot of people drive by it, maybe on their way to Long Point or into Port Rowan, but this is Boose Harbor. So I grew up on Boose Harbor. My best friend, his family owned this place. So I grew up here hanging out, relaxing, boating, going out fishing, going out hunting. I worked here for a while. I did some volunteer work for the Shriners Club here, doing some chicken barbecues. So I really got to experience Norfolk and how a community comes together. There's a lot of people that take up their summer residence here in trailers, and it's very cool to see all these people that are coming from other places in Ontario to enjoy what Norfolk has to offer. So it's just very cool to see that and experience it. One very cool fact about this place is that Boose Harbor has the largest amount of indoor boat storage on boathouses for all of the world.
The world?
Yes.
Wow, that is crazy. This little place.
Yes, absolutely.
Very cool. Something to be proud of.
I would absolutely say so.
So we've been talking about nature, and we spend lots of time outside. You bring me to a boating place where you like to fish and spend time. So tell me about your passion. Obviously there's a connection somewhere there.
Yes, absolutely. Especially recently with everything that I've been seeing happen in the world, I'm very passionate about the earth. So I want the earth to be a good place. I want Norfolk County to be a good place. Everything that I love about Norfolk has to do with outside, has to do with nature, has to do with clean water, clean air, fresh trees, everything. So I just really think it's important to take care of everything that we have here in Norfolk County, and it's not an easy thing to do. So
no. We all have to start and do our part. That's the thing, right?
Absolutely. And I'm doing my best, but it does get very difficult. It's easy to make the change. It's just hard to start.
So we were talking earlier about, doing things around Norfolk and visiting places. I know you're a busy guy, like you work, you're a volunteer firefighter. Mm-hmm. So what do you do to de-stress and relax?
I would say my number one most favorite thing to do to de-stress would be to just get out on Lake Erie. Whether that's ice fishing, boating, swimming, relaxing. It's just such an amazing place. As soon as you get out on Lake Erie and you get away from shore a little bit, you just come out to this different zone.
Other than this place, like where else do you like to visit in Norfolk County? Where else? What's one of your other favorite spots?
I would say that my favorite spots in Norfolk County would have to be broken into two categories. One is nature, being Lake Erie, boating, all of that kind of fun outdoor stuff. And I also like Norfolk's bounty. Before, maybe you had to go out to a place far away to enjoy all of this beer, wine, food, amazing service, but now we can just go out the back door, and before I can drive for 10 minutes, I found something that I can go to locally that's amazing.
A couple of winery on the way here.
Yeah, it has passionate folks in it doing things. Like, it's just great. All around here, there's so many amazing things you can do, and it's just growing, so I love seeing that.
I thank you so much for your time. I love your connection with nature and what you want to do as far as your passion with the environment. I'm in line. We need to come together for this to happen, so hopefully we can inspire a few people with this little conversation here. So
absolutely.
Thanks, Adam.
Cool. Thank you very much.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
My name is Jim Toombs. I'm an Associate Purchasing Specialist here at Toyotetsu, also known as TTCA. Here at Toyotetsu, we're responsible for supplying Toyota with car parts, mainly automotive frame for the Lexus, the Corolla, and other Toyota models. I started here in May of 2016. I was in welding. Here I am 2 years later, and I'm a salaried position. The job itself is It's challenging. There are challenges in what I have to do every day, and for that I enjoy it. It's not monotonous day in, day out. There's new challenges that I'm confronted with and new tasks that I have to do. A high school student who's like, I'm not sure, I think this is an excellent opportunity to kind of answer that question for themselves. They can see what kind of the working world is like, as well as pick up skills. There are plenty of opportunities here. For example, for me, I was in welding, but that didn't mean I had to stay there. There's opportunities in stamping, where you'd learn different skills entirely. PC, again, the same thing, some different skills needed that you'd learn. Though we make car parts and they're welded, there are a lot of departments and areas that support that.
My name's Aaron Pace. I'm a yard manager here at Townsend Lumber. We are a sawmill that produces lumber. We make anywhere from rail ties to timber frame home products, kiln-dried lumber, which is used for wood cabinets and furniture. We also do pallet components, and we also do stakes for farming. We ship container loads to the Middle East, we ship it to Asia. We have gone to Mexico, Singapore. We've shipped to many different locations. My father has worked here for 30 years. He got me a part-time job as a summer student. I started as a regular piler, as a laborer at the entry-level position. And with hard work and dedication, I've been promoted through the system, and it took 9 years to become a supervisor. I enjoy the freedom of the job, like outside working with the heavy industrial stuff, talking to the range of customers and the way we produce things for them.
My name is Cam Kirkwood. I'm a production supervisor at Superior Essex in Simcoe. We make magnet wire and cable for the transformer industries. Our magnet wire products are found all around you that most people don't even notice, in winding motors, in alternators in your vehicles, transformers on the side of the road or on top of poles. I've been here at the company for 15 years. I started on the floor as a machine operator for 7 years, and then I did a stint in engineering for about a year, and then I moved on to production supervisor for the last 7. One of the best parts about working here is it is a build-to-order shop, so although we do make similar products every day, it's very unique. We don't always see the same orders. There's always new challenges. One of the best parts about being in manufacturing for me is the shift work. So it provides an opportunity for you to adjust to do your own life on your days off, or you can pursue other interests. A lot of people have second businesses or hobbies that they really enjoy. There is lots of opportunity to advance. There's educational assistance programs. You can continue to learn new skills and advance to a new area if you were so desire.
There's a great opportunity moving up the manufacturing sector.
Try it, because you're going to learn a lot about the working world as well as yourself.
Welcome to Passionate Folks, a blog and video series about the people of Norfolk. It's about people that have high energy, that get involved in their community. We sit down, have a conversation, learn about their passions. Welcome to the next episode. Hello, I'm Emily. Welcome to Passionate Folks. I love to ask questions and discover people's passion and having great conversations. So today I'm here with Nick. Hi, Nick.
Hi.
Might be you here, might be you invited me to a great place. I got to know you a little bit more today, but I'd love you to tell us a little bit more about you.
Sure. So I'm Nick Cranks. I was raised in Langton, and I live in St. Williams now.
So Norfolk County boy.
Yeah, Norfolk County boy. Yeah. If we're going to put a location on it, and if you're asking someone where you're from, this area, you always say Norfolk County.
No.
Unless you're from Port Dover.
Did you say Port Dover?
And then you say Port Dover for some reason.
I invited you to pick a place. So tell us where we are and why you decided to invite me here.
So we're at where I work, Blueberry Hill Estates, which my family owns as well too. This is where I spend probably my entire day, every day of the year. So we're located on the patio here, and we basically are overlooking the patch. And you probably cannot see from the camera because it's on the other side of the camera, but the lake is just on the other side.
I love to hear about people's passion, and I know you have a lot of projects going on, and I want to dig further into your passion. So what do you think really stands out for you? What are you really passionate about?
So day in, day out, I'm typically making wine or working the field, so that's something I'm really passionate about. I'm also the president of the Ontario South Coast Wineries and Growers Association, which encompasses Norfolk along with other neighboring counties. And so I'm really passionate about trying to raise awareness of this area for growing grapes and making world-class wines.
And so winemaking, like what draws you to it? Why are you making your whole life right now? And why winemaking in Norfolk County?
Well, I guess you could say it's one of the best agricultural products you can make.
I agree.
It's something that you can preserve, and like even after the crop is finished, you still have to work with the crop that you were working out in the field all year round. And when you put it in a glass of wine, you have memories of how that year was when that wine was made.
So it sounds like you spend a lot of time on this farm, a lot of time on this like part of Norfolk County, but if you have time to de-stress, where would you go? What do you do in Norfolk?
I definitely like going to the beach. So, getting out in the water when it's a hot day is truly nice.
Not too far from Turkey Point, I guess. You can roll down the hill.
Yeah, we got excellent restaurants here too, so which is pretty amazing for the per capita, the amount of people that live in Norfolk County, that we have enough restaurants that you can count them more than your two hands or whatever, which is
really
nice.
Good ones too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so exciting to see how our agrotourism industry is developing in our area, and it's kind of cool to see you guys like working together and really promoting this area.
Well, when you think about farming from what it was in the past, it has to evolve over time though to make it an industry that can support itself. It allows people to be able to figure out ways to succeed or have succession in their family, to go to that next generation, so that way we can have countless more generations of those families living in Norfolk County, growing the things that their grandparents grew.
And keeping the passion alive.
Exactly, yeah.
I thank you so much for your time, Nick. I thank you for inviting me in this beautiful place. I cannot wait to explore some more. And
It's too bad it's not pizza day.
No, I heard that was really good. I'll come back. I'll be back. Thanks, Nick.
No worries. Cheers.
Welcome to Passionate Folks, a blog and video series about people who live in Norfolk. People that get involved in our community, people that are passionate about living here. We sit down, have a conversation, and learn about their stories. Welcome to Passionate Folks. I am Emily. I love to connect with people. I love to ask questions and get to know people better. So today I'm sitting here with Scott. Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So Scott, to start, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, who you are, where you're from, and where you live?
My name's Scott McCrae. I'm a chef here in Norfolk County. I'm the chef at David's Restaurant in town, and I live in Port Dover, or just outside. And yeah, all my family's from Port Dover. I moved here in high school and left for a bit and moved back, and now
Made it your home.
Made it my home. Yeah, it was my home before. I realized it was my home while I was away, and yeah.
Came back to the roots.
Yes, exactly.
So as I do with every guest, I ask you to pick a place in Norfolk County for us to do this interview.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me where you invited me and why you picked this place.
Well, we're here at Matt's Fruit Barn, just outside of town, and it was a pretty easy choice. I know we wanted something that was kind of related to what I do. We were talking about how diverse Norfolk County is as far as things that grow here, and it's like number one for so many different fruits and vegetables. And one of the first things I always think about is just, especially considering what job I have, is food. Norfolk County produces so much food and grows so much food. This property here that Christine and Jess and the family have, kind of, they grow more things here than I can even think of. Like, you look
It's a
around.
good representation of Ontario's garden when
Exactly.
you visit this place, isn't it?
Yeah. This is kind of just like a little example of what this area has to offer.
So I love to dig in people's passion and see what lights them up. And I'd love to know about you. I think I might have a little bit of an idea, but what are you most passionate about?
That's a tough one. I think definitely I'm passionate about food and what I do. That's something that since I was young, I've always associated memories. Like a lot of people with songs or with like smells or things, it'll just trigger a memory. And a lot of my early childhood memories have to do with food. There'll be a weird little thing that I remember, like, oh, that was my first like black olive I ever had, or that was like, there's a lot of memories that kind of are associated with that.
Big connections to
Big
food
ones,
and
yeah. Like
stories.
the mulberry tree in my grandparents' backyard, and we just stand for hours underneath just like eating mulberries. And
So I know you work long hours. It's a busy season for you in the restaurant. When you have some downtime, where do you like to go in Norfolk? Where do you like to have a good time?
well, I'm lucky that all my family lives here. I moved away for a while. I moved to the city. I was in Yukon for a bit. Just being back and being able to see family is I don't get to see them enough still, but it's definitely a big reason why I came back, and something I like to do. Friends too, you know, just hanging out on local patios or at their house or watching Leafs games. Well, I've always been kind of, from my grandma when I was a kid, I got really into like birds. Yeah, so I mean, there's binoculars in the truck right now with the bird book.
Go to Long Point, or what?
Oh, well, of course, like that's Long Point. Well, around here, like, I'm lucky I live out of town. You can drive out and see the tundra swans at Long Point when they come through. It's really a mecca for that if you're into that. I'm a bit of a weird, obsessive record collector, and I've got a lot of records.
Do you like to see live music around? Is there
of course.
decent bands that are around that you like to?
Oh, tons. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's great. I mean, like a lot of my friends are musicians, and there's not a ton of downtime, but when there is, it's like sometimes just things that are just nice and relaxing. It always helps when you have like a local brewery.
And there's a lot to pick from. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of great ones. It's really exploded, especially since I moved back from Toronto about 10 years ago, and even in that time, it's the wine scene, the beer scene, the ciders, like all that has just exploded, and it's all really good. Like,
so do you think, like, just back to the winery and the brewery, like, you know, after high school and when you wanted to leave and get to the city and get out of here and coming back and finding it like right here?
Well, even when I originally moved back, I was intending on going back to the city, and I came back and just realized that this is where I wanted to be. This is where my heart is. This is where I really belong, and I have friends there, but the friends that I have here are friends I've had since I was like in high school, right? So there's something there where
We live in a pretty cool place.
Yeah, it's great.
I thank you so much for your time. I love connecting with you and learning about your passions, so I appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks.
Welcome to episode 6 of Passionate Folks. This is a blog and video series about the people of Norfolk. We sit down, have a conversation, hear about their passion and what lights them up. I'm excited to introduce the next guest. Welcome to Passionate Folks. My name is Emily. I love to connect with people, having some conversation and learning about people's passion. Today I'm sitting here with Sue. Hey, Sue.
Yeah, you bet.
I'm so glad that you took the time to come out and have a conversation with me.
Well, thanks for asking me.
Yeah, so for people that don't know you, can you start with introducing yourself, where you live, where you're from, and a little bit more about you?
Okay, sure. My name is Sue Downs. I live in Simcoe, born and raised here. And I work for the Simcoe Reformer newspaper and started there way back in 1988. Loved my job, loved Norfolk County, and was really pleased that Emily asked me to be part of this. I think.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Yeah, so far, so good.
Great. So, as always, Sue, I ask a guest to pick a location so we can explore it and discover a hidden gem in Norfolk County. And this one is a little bit different. So, tell me where we are and why you brought me here.
So, we're at Norfolk County Fair. We're at the bottom of the Junior Farmers Building here.
So, why do you pick the fair? What's so special about the fair to you?
I think for myself, Norfolk County Fair is like one of the largest events that happen in Norfolk County every year. It's always been near and dear to my heart. Like I think so many childhood memories. It's all about tradition. For us growing up, at my age, I've only missed one fair in all of my years, and that was when I was in Timmins. So I just love the fact that you can come to the fair. There's so much excitement. There's always lots of things to see and do. Like family would come home during Thanksgiving weekend, and I think that still happens today, right? Like it's all about tradition and all about community, which I feel like I'm pretty passionate about.
Yeah, so I was just going to ask you a little bit more about your passion. I see you a lot being involved in the community and supporting local businesses, and it seems like it's really important to you and close to your heart.
I like to promote local as much as possible. So whenever we go out for dinner, a lot of people go, do you ever stay home? Because you'll constantly see posts on social media, on Facebook or on Twitter, and it's like, you know, we're at the Barrel, we're doing this, we're at Long Point Eco Adventure, we're, you know.
It's so good that you're taking the time to promote those local businesses and support. And I remember when I started my business, you were one of the big supporter of sharing what I was doing. And I know a lot of people have felt the love that you give to entrepreneurs. So I want to thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome. But it does make you feel good, and it is important. I feel that, you know, if we can, you know, support each other as much as possible, like it's again, it's all about giving back.
So Norfolk County and specifically Simcoe has changed quite a lot. We are moving in a different direction in our county. So from you like growing up in Simcoe and in the downtown, and what's happening around now, like what's the highlights for you?
Okay, well, the highlight growing up was always, you know, going downtown on the weekend. People that are watching this that are my age would remember you used to be able to go to the Tartan restaurant and Woolworths and different places down there. But I think a lot of the exciting thing that I see now is a lot of the collaborations that are happening within Norfolk County. And one that stands out is, you know, Burning Kiln and then Long Point Eco. And then along came, you know, my buddy Dusty and the guys from Hometown Brew. And then now Joy Cafe out there. So it's really cool to see a lot of the business people working with each other and stuff like that too. So that sort of stuff.
You don't have to go too far. You show up there and everything that you love is right there.
It's like a lot of renewed, you know, it just seems like a lot of positive things are happening within our community, and it's really good to see.
So I know you have a pretty high-stress job, so maybe tell me a little bit more about what you do to relax, calm down, and look after yourself.
Okay, well, I do like to garden. I find that, you know, if you're kind of stressful in a stressful day, you get out there and take it out on all the weeds in your garden. I also like to, you know, walk along the trail from Davis Street and then head out along the 14th or whatever. And you can, like, it's heading right towards Waterford, so you can actually walk from there right into Waterford. I've got a dog that keeps me pretty busy, and then a group of like really good friends that we are going out with each other like all the time and stuff like that.
I know you have a lot of favorite spots in Norfolk, so we already named a few, but if you have a day off and you want to explore Norfolk County, is there one specific place that you actually love to visit that you feel just at home?
I would say for myself, it depends on the day. So if it's just something that I want to go and like, you know, do a walk or whatever, it would be my trail on the 14th, because it is kind of private. There's not, you do run into a lot of the same people and stuff like that. I also like going down to Dover, and I'll sit at the cafe and kind of look around there.
You can watch a little bit?
Yeah, you know, that sort of stuff, and then even take off and go to the pier. Actually, my mom has a bench there for my grandfather, who was a fisherman down in Port Dover as well too. So it's kind of nice.
Memorial benches.
Yeah.
Very cool. It sounds like pretty much everything you need is right here.
Why should I go out of town? Why do I need to go out of town? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that, you know, right in Norfolk that we need to use. Yeah.
I love to hear your passion for Norfolk and how well you support the local businesses, and just I see you at fundraiser and you're always involved in your group of friends and supporting whatever is happening in the county. So we need more of you, Sue, and Norfolk. So thank you so much for joining me today and having this little chat. I love to get to know you better and hear more about your passions.
Well, thanks very much for allowing me the opportunity. It was great. Thank you.
What if there was a place just outside the hustle and bustle, where the beauty of nature was right at your doorstep, inviting you to join in the fun?
Good job, guys. Got it.
What if there was a place where the landscapes were as diverse as the bounty they produced? And the term field fresh was more than just a marketing ploy. It was a way of life. What if there was a place where history and heritage shared the stage with technology and innovation, and success happened without much fanfare, on back roads, nurtured by wise and hardworking people? What if there was a place as lush as an ancient garden that was, for centuries, a place to explore, live, and play? A place of promises and hope. A landscape filled with possibility. And what if this wasn't just a place to escape to, but a place you could settle into? What would you call such a place? Well, we call it Norfolk County.
Through the mayor, we are live.
Okay, thanks, Teresa. If I could have a motion from council to reconvene in open session, please. Councillor Huffman, thanks. Seconded by Councillor Rabbits. All those in favor? That's carried. And finally, Teresa, did you want to just read the motion from closed session?
If we could just have a motion to accept the discussion in closed session for information.
Okay, a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor Michelle, seconded by Councillor Rabbits. All those in favor? That is carried. And finally, I will just need a mover.
Mayor, Councillor Martin has her hand up.
Councillor Martin, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor Chop. Is now an appropriate time to request the clerk connect with us to schedule an additional special meeting to finish off the conversation. We've started in closed session.
Through the mayor. What I would suggest is that request should come at tomorrow's council meeting, because that is.
Could I make a point of order, Madam Mayor? We did not start a discussion in closed session. There was a request to start one, but we did not start, and I want the record to reflect that. So I don't know if Councillor Martin just misspoke on that case.
A discussion?
I'm going to rule on that and Councillor Van Passen is correct, and we're going to move on with the confirming bylaw. So I'll need a mover and a seconder on motion.
Sorry, order. Just a point of clarification, please.
Councillor Martin, I'd like to move for the confirming bylaw.
I'm just seeking clarification so this doesn't get left behind. I'm not challenging you, Mayor Chop. What was the resolution to request this tomorrow?
Through the mayor, if I may. I would suggest that if a councillor wants to make a request for any future meetings, that would be more appropriate to be done at a regular council meeting.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Okay, if I could have a mover and a seconder, please, on bylaw 2022-08 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the Council of Norfolk County at this regular council meeting on the 14th day of February 2022 to be approved, signed by the mayor and clerk and affixed with corporate seal. Mover and seconder. Councillor Hoffman, thanks. Councillor Rabbits, all those in favor? That's carried. And finally, a motion to adjourn. Councillor Hoffman, thank you. And seconded by Councillor Rabbits, thank you. All those in favor? That is carried. Teresa, what I'd like to do, if that's okay, do you need a different link, or could I just open the Board of Health meeting, move for closed, and then take the 5-minute break?
I do need to call Heidi into the meeting, so I'd prefer if we could just take the 5-minute break now.
Okay. Okay, we'll reconvene then at 11 a.m. for everyone.
Through the board chair Chop, we are live.
Okay, thanks, Teresa. Good morning, everyone. I guess again, we're back for the Special Board of Health. So I'd like to call that to order at 11:02 a.m. If I could have a motion to approve the agenda as presented, please. Councillor Michelli, seconded by Councillor Martin. All those in favor? That is carried. Any declarations of pecuniary interest? Okay, seeing none then, again, we have one closed session in camera item that was provided to council. I'll need a mover and a seconder that council enter into closed session at 11:02 a.m. to discuss the following matter. Statement of claim pursuant to sections 239, 2B, E, and F of the Municipal Act 2001, as amended, as the subject matter pertains to personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local board, and advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. Mover and seconder, Councillor Rabbit, seconded by Councillor Huffman. All those in favor? That is carried.
Through board chair Chop, I'm just going to go make sure that we go into closed and we can stay on this link. Just one moment.
I'm Connor.
And I'm Steven.
And we are
Norfolk County's Digital Service Squad.
We're here to let you know that Digital Main Street is offering 3 unique ways to help small businesses right here in Norfolk County. The first limited time program is the Digital Service Squad. We're traveling all across Norfolk County to help small businesses with their digital strategies by offering free assessments and consultations. The Digital Transformation Grant. This $2,500 grant is available to qualified Norfolk County businesses who are looking to achieve their digital goals. We're instructing all interested businesses to act fast, as the deadline to apply is October 31st. The grant application window is open now, and all entries are reviewed on a first-come, first-served basis. Don't miss out on this great opportunity. Apply now. Digital Main Street has also extended their Shop Here program. This amazing initiative creates online stores for independent small businesses and artists at no cost. Find us on Facebook or send us an email at digitalmainstreet@norfolkcounty.ca.
Hey, Benny. Working hard or hardly working?
Ho, ho, ho. Very funny. I tell ya, I had enough of peppermint.
Well, what do you say I bust you out of candy cane duty, we head back to Norfolk County, and you help me get the gifts on this list?
What list?
This list.
Whose list is this?
This list?
That list.
What does it matter whose list it is? It's a list full of gifts, and as elves, it is our duty to get the gifts on this list.
Well, have you checked it twice?
What do you mean if I... Let's just go.
Okay, Norfolk's a big county, so we're gonna have to move fast if we want to get every gift on this list. Extra virgin olive oil from the barrel. A Christmas doormat from Nifty Gifty Norfolk. Wait, can't you just order these at shopnorfolk.ca?
Yeah, but don't you just love a road trip?
Okay, first stop, Port Dover. Here we'll grab mint fudge from Coco Cabana, handcrafted earrings from Cabin 509, and an Oxygeno superfacial from Magnolia Metaspa.
Now that's an elfful. I don't know. I was looking for something with more bells and tinsel.
Yeah, it needs more blingle.
How about a pair of Christmas socks? Does that add enough blingle?
Blingle all the way! In Simcoe, we'll grab Norfolk barbecue sauce from Sloth and Molasses, guitar strings from Erie Music,
VG bacon from VG Meats.
Bacon. Can you believe they had this in the fiction section?
It should be in True Crime. Santa was clearly breaking and entering. Jackpot! What the elf? Waterford has such an eclectic range of shops.
Yeah, and they're all so different too.
Welcome to Brush Designs, ground zero for all your Christmas shopping. In fact, it's a little like a Christmas bomb went off in here.
Jeez, I hope no one was hurt.
Through Board Chair Chop, we are live.
Okay, thanks, Teresa. Just a motion from council to reconvene in open session. Councilor Rabbits, thanks. Second by Councilor Michelle. All those in favor? That is carried. Just a mover and seconder to receive the information from external legal in closed session. Councilor Rabbit, seconded by Councilor Huffman. Thank you. All those in favor? That is carried. And finally, should say a motion on bylaw 22-04 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the Board of Health for the Halden Norfolk Health Unit at this special Board of Health meeting held on the 14th day of February 2022 to be approved, signed by the mayor and clerk and fixed with the corporate seal. Mover and seconder. Councilor Columbus, seconded by Councilor Michelle. All those in favor? That is carried. And a motion to adjourn. Councilor Huffman, thanks. And seconded by Councilor Rabbits. All those in favor? That is carried. Meeting is adjourned.